Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Too Good to Be True podcast, NBA Final Edition. Yes, the NBA Final just arrived, and Game 1 was in the books, and we're going to talk about it of a Game 1 historic by the Indiana Pacers. Oh boy, we got a lot of talking about this. But first, make sure to go to my YouTube channel. Uh, and subscribe on my YouTube channel, Too Good to Be True Podcast. Notify, like, leave your comment on the video, and don't forget to listen to this podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. Let's get right to it. We had a game one between OKC and the Indiana Pacers, game one in Oklahoma City at the Paycor Center. And let me just say this, what a game. What a game between OKC and Indiana Pacers. So I'm going to share the video and we're going to look at the the stats. So the stat, congratulations to Indiana Pacers with a comeback win, 111 to 110 from the Indiana Pacers. And I could tell you this, that game one, I mean, my goodness, game one was amazing because I did not expect that to happen, and it did happen. So, if you didn't see the game, let me just resume this. Um, Game one, OKC, like we said, is was good offense versus good defense. OKC in the first half and in the third quarter played some great defense on OKC. In matter of fact, that that the, it was the first time that the Indiana Pacers turnover 25 times. 25 times. Never happened with the Pacers. And in the second quarter, actually in the third quarter, the Indiana Pacers started a little bit a comeback, even though OKC were countering them back. And all of a sudden, you see the Indiana Pacers shooting three. They were shooting three. Amazing three. From Aaron Naismith, who Obi Toppin, Miles Turner, he got fired up. Especially in the fourth quarter, that's where it really changed the game. It really flipped. And Tyrese Haliburton in couple of seconds. Oh my goodness. Shot at the pretty much a 0.3 in the game and brought the Indiana lead to 1 point, and the game was over. So shout out to Tyrese Haliburton, and and we had to talk about this before I get to the stat. If we had those debate, if Tyrese Haliburton is a superstar, and I said yes. Now the stat doesn't show it because he got 14 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 block, shot for 6 and 13 on the field goal, 2 and 7 on the 3 point, which is pretty bad. But he did it again. I mean, every time you count them out, the pacer will respond. And that's not the first time we've seen it. We've seen it uh, in Game 5 against the Milwaukee Bucks. We've seen it against the Cavaliers. And we saw it Game 1 against the New York Knicks in Madison Square Garden. And also in the Cavs, it was on the road. And yet again, he did it again against SGA in the away. And you can see also after the game, Pascal Siakam and Tyrese Haliburton were going to the locker room, and Pascal Siakam said that um, that they didn't play very well. They need to adjust, which is true. They need to adjust for game 2 on Sunday. So let's get to the stat. Like I read Tyrese Haliburton, Pascal Siakam, 19 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, shot for 7 of 15 in the field goal, 1 and 2 in the 3 points. Miles Turner, 50 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks, shot for 5 and 10 on the field goal, 2 and 5 in the 3 point. And let's not forget the unsung hero, Obi Topping, and Naismith, especially those two guys, because they shot the hell of a living on the 3 point. 17 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steal, shot for 6 and 9 on field goal and 5 and 8 on the 3 point. Naismith and Nembar too, but Naismith 10 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, shot for 3 and 9 in the field goal, 3 and 7 in the 3 point. Nembar 14 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, shot for 4 and 11 in the field goal, 2 and 6 in the 3 point. I mean, I don't know, and I grew up in Canada. I don't know what's going on over there. It's been like what, but like what, 10 plus years that I left Canada, and I can tell you this: the way they were playing with a comeback win, it was amazing. And let's listen to uh uh Tyrese Haliburton on the with SVP on his historic game winning 3 points. That's all. Let's listen to this. And here you go. A little bit of technical difficulty, but let's get to another video. Then I will put back the um.
Sure. I mean, I'd be
Yeah.
lying if I said it wasn't. I felt like I was a little jittery in the first quarter, getting off the ball quick, flying off ball screens with no real setup. I felt that myself, so I'll admit that I felt that way. So I'm sure other guys felt that way. I mean, this crowd is amazing. They're all standing up, doing claps and synchronized clapping to the beat before the game. I mean, this is an unbelievable crowd. It's the best crowd we've seen on the road all playoffs. And, I mean, it felt like it was just us in there, I mean, thankful for our organization for flying, our families out and our full-time employees all got a chance to come and I've been shown videos of them in the concourse and I saw them on the upper level after the game. But out there it's so loud in there. It really just feels like it's us in there. And we just do a great job of leaning on each other, understanding that this crowd and this environment is amazing. They love basketball here, similar to how it is in Indiana. And now that we've got a game under our belt, and I thought we did a great job of responding in the second half. We didn't turn the ball over as much in the second half. That's more of a recipe for success for us in the next game. So, that's going to be a big point of emphasis, when we watch films. How can we take care of the ball more, get more shots on the rim? It puts us in a better position to win. I mean, you have 25 turnovers, usually don't win those games. The odds probably are really low. So we just got to stick with it, stay confident as a group, and Yeah, we'll look forward to game two.
Let's play another video uh with it. Let's go.
How do you describe the frantic last couple of moments leading up to the moment? Because you never led all night. You're down 15 in the fourth. This place is a madhouse. You guys never blinked. What's playing out in real time in all of your minds?
Just stay at it. We're a resilient group. We just keep saying that to you guys. You guys keep asking us. I keep giving you the same answer. We're a resilient group, and we don't give up till the clock hits zero. So we do a great job of just staying in the moment. Trying to get it from 15 to 10, 10 to 5, 5 to 0. And we just walk teams down. Really proud of this group.
I'm keeping notes here as this is playing out in the fourth. There were a couple of times where you got it to 4. Miles, who had a tremendous game, had a clean look.
Yeah.
It didn't go. I'm wondering, have they missed their chance? But then you got another chance, and I believe it was Neesmith at the rim.
Yeah.
No call in the other way. SGA gets a bucket. It's back to 5, and I'm wondering, did you miss your mark? But you guys don't blink, and I understand there's belief, but at some point, man, the clock, you start running out of seconds.
Yeah.
I guess at some point, I'm wondering how you all are able to continue to do this when the moments keep getting bigger and you all seem to get calmer.
Yeah, I think the way that normal people think, like you're talking about, we're going to run out of time.
So you're abnormal.
We just, yeah. I just don't. I mean, no, we're human, but I just don't think we believe that until the clock hits zero. Like, truthfully, that's just how we believe it. And I think here's the thing: is like we've had to win in so many different ways all year. We've had so many weird wins during the regular season, during the playoffs. So why would that change because we're here in the finals? It's not changing. So we just keep staying at it and just keep believing, and that's the result we get.
So you heard what Tyrese Haliburton said, and I could not agree more. It's resilience, and I've been saying this for a while ago with Indiana Pacers. I think people are underestimated that team, and I said this in my mind. I said, don't sleep on Indiana. Don't sleep on Indiana. And whatever you said about Tyrese Haliburton is not a superstar, I think he is a superstar. I think D Wade said it. I didn't listen to the podcast, but it said people said that D Wade said Tyrese Haliburton is a superstar, and I could not agree more with the Hall of Famer D Wade. Let's get with in another press conference with Pascal Siakam. Um, Actually, you know what? I'll skip that. Let's just talk to the other team, OKC. OKC, who, by the way, I'm not gonna say they choke because choke is usually inappropriately. I think they were surprised. They were shook. They felt humble. And what I mean about humble, they were pretty much a very surprised in the fourth quarter. And yes, um, they need to adjust in game two. But I think with this, I think with the leader with the SGA, I think game two they're gonna adjust. They're gonna be fine. But in game two, SGA got 38 point, 5 rebound, 3 assists, 3 steal, shot 14 and 30 and a field goal, 3 and 6 and a 3 point. Um, Jalen Williams, Jay Williams, 17 point, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, shot for 6 and 19 on a field goal, 1 and 4 on a 3 point. Lou Dort, 15 point, 4 rebound, 1 assist, 4 steal, 2 blocks, shot for 5 and 10 on a field goal, 5 and 9 in a 3 point. And who do I am disappointed the most? I am so disappointed at Chet Holmgren because it's not enough. Even though he has +4, that's not enough. And I don't think OKC will play small. I don't think so. Because if you play small, Indiana Pacers will get you. And also, I will pretty much blame also the coach. The coach is part of the blame too. why did you change the starting five lineup? Because I was watching First Take live on my YouTube, and I think Kendrick Perkins, I believe it was Kendrick Perkins or Stephen A. Smith or Wendy, between those three guys, said that why Coach Dagnall had to change the starting lineup. It did not make sense to change the lineup. Uh, that's pretty much a mistake from the coach. And what and the way they played, I did not like it at all. So let's
How do you
let's listen to SGA about the game one lost. Um, game one lost against Indiana, and how they can adjust game two a little bit.
We just got to treat it like every other game. Every other situation we've been in. Yes, we haven't been in this situation, but it doesn't mean our character has to change or what we did last time. It's still basketball, it's still the game of basketball that we grew up playing. The rules don't change just because we're in the finals. So it's like we've been in a situation before. In the other situation, we handled it. We handled it well. We were better for game two, and that's the goal.
Tim, on your right, third row.
Tim McMahon, ESPN. Shai, I'm sure you are aware of just the crazy clutch run that Haliburton's on in playoffs all season long, really. He's got the ball in his hands. Last seconds ticking down. What's that feel like for you?
I don't know. It happened so fast. I feel like we got matched. He got down going right, pulled up from the midi, and knocked down the shot. I don't know. It didn't feel like anything crazy. He just made a play with the time winding down. Made a good play.
So you heard what SGA got to say, and yes, they need to.
how do you describe the
Sorry, they need to adjust to game two. And yes, it's still basketball, but I think they're gonna figure it out. And also, Coach Dagnall need to start making changes in lineup. I think I've seen it. That's not the first time he did it. Um, they need to pretty much change keep the same lineup that led them to the NBA Finals. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Now let's compare to field goal um and 2 points. So let's start with field goal. So Indiana Pacers got more field goal than the OKC, 47% over 39% for Indiana Pacers. 46.2% over OKC, 36% in the 3 point. Now in the turnovers, yes, like I said, OKC turnover 24 times. Actually, it's supposed to be 25, but I don't know why they put it 24 on ESPN. But it's 25 over OKC 6, and whew, and I will tell you this that the Indiana Pacers. I don't think I never said this, but if Indiana Pacers goes goes out there and win the series, because I think this series can go to 7. I don't know why people say the series could go to 5 and 6. I believe that it will go to 7. I think it's going to be a dogfight. It's not going to be easy, but I believe it could go to Game 7. And if Indiana win this, I will tell you this, and I think everybody will say this: Tyrese Haliburton will be is a superstar. I don't care. Yes, this number is not flashy. He's like a Steve Nash type of player, but Tyrese Haliburton in a clutch moment, he's here to deliver it, and without no exaggeration. That's all I'm gonna say about us for this podcast. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. Make sure people, psych. I didn't say that. Just kidding. But yes, yes, yes. Like I said, the Indiana Pacers and OKC, it could go to a game 7, and they need to adjust that. And how can they adjust that in game 2? For Indiana Pacers, they need to relax. They need to relax. They need to play their style of game over OKC. Their style of game, and Tyrese Haliburton need to be more aggressive. That's for Indiana Pacers. For OKC, Chad Holmgren need to step up. Chad Holmgren need to step up, because if he doesn't step up, I can tell you that he's not going to be a reliable for game 3 and 4. But Chad Holmgren need to step up, and OKC need to play, like I said, with Indiana Pacers, their style of play. So that's all I got to say about that. Not that for real. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. Um, Make sure to subscribe, like, notify, leave your comment on my YouTube channel, Too Good to Be True podcast. Like I said, listen to this on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast. If you want to follow me on social media, follow me on Instagram, Pascal_Mayala_15. Same thing with Threads, Facebook, Pascal Mayala, X, formerly Twitter, at Belly versus PMM. And I will say thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.